Listen carefully.
Happy Valentine's Day. Do you know when Valentine's Day is? It is one of the most celebrated holidays in many countries around the world. America and Korea enjoy Valentine's Day. On February 14th, Americans and Koreans celebrate love and friendship. In America, people don't just exchange chocolates. They exchange cards, flowers, chocolates, and other presents. They show their love to family, friends, and lovers. Valentine's Day originated by sending love notes. Over the years, it became the second biggest card-sending holiday in America. In Korea, Valentine's Day is more like only for girlfriends and boyfriends. Usually, girls give chocolates to guys on Valentine's Day. Some boys feel embarrassed without chocolates on Valentine's Day. You can see many chocolates in every store around Valentine's Day. Some girls use Valentine's Day to find new boyfriends. It could be a good chance to say, "I like you." Giving a Valentine gift might help you. Do you have your Valentine? You should give a love note or some chocolates to your Valentine next Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day!
Listen carefully.
Fly high. Butterflies and moths look similar. They come from the same family. They both have the same 4 stages of the life cycle: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Both butterflies and moths have 6 legs. Some only look to have 4 legs. That is because their 2 front legs are very tiny. They have 2 pairs of wings and 3 body parts. Butterflies and moths do not live very long lives. They only live about 2 to 3 months. The time period is just long enough to lay their eggs. You probably see many butterflies. Butterflies fly around during the day. They like to sit on flowers and eat honey from them. How many moths have you seen? Moths don't fly in the daylight, so it is not easy to see them. They are nighttime flyers. However, they like to sit in the light. Sometimes they fly in the moonlight and get tired. Butterflies rest with their wings closed. Moths sit with their wings open. This is an easy way to tell the difference between a butterfly and a moth.
Listen carefully.
Shooting into space. You remember a big white airplane went into space? That is not an airplane. It's a space shuttle. You also know a pencil-shaped, tall and thin space rocket. Space shuttles and rockets are both designed to travel in space. They carry people, satellites, or other stuff into space. They gather a lot of information about space. However, there are many differences between a space shuttle and a space rocket. A space shuttle returns to Earth after traveling in space. A space rocket does not come back to Earth. A space shuttle can be used again and again. It is used around 100 times. It costs a lot of money to make. A space rocket is used only once, then it is thrown away. It costs less to make than a space shuttle. A space shuttle is very big. It can ship many things. A space rocket is smaller than a space shuttle. It cannot carry many things. We have to shoot many rockets to carry much stuff into space.
Listen carefully.
Liar, liar. My mom told me about lying today. She said it's not okay to lie. I think lying is bad too. Later, she got a phone call from her friend. Her friend wanted to borrow her blender. She said that she doesn't have it anymore. She said the blender was smashed. However, it is up on the shelf. She told her friend a lie about the blender. My dad always tells me never to lie. He says lying is a very bad thing to do. Moreover, he talks about drinking and smoking. They are terrible things to do. I think drinking and smoking are bad too. However, I saw a cigarette box in my father's pocket, and he had a cigarette lighter too. Mom asked Dad about the smoky smell on his clothes. Dad said he doesn't smoke. My parents both pretended to be very honest. They educate me not to lie. However, they seem to lie at one time or another. I guess children lie for the same reason as adults do. Adults should stop lying first. Then children could learn something from them.
Listen carefully.
What really happened that evening? You probably heard of the famous artists Vincent van Gogh and Paul Gauguin. They both created many great paintings. They were also very close friends. They first met in Paris, France. Van Gogh liked Gauguin's work. Van Gogh planned to have a studio for artists. Maybe many people liked his great idea. Van Gogh rented a house with 4 rooms. He opened the studio and called it the Yellow House. Van Gogh suggested that Gauguin live there together with him. At that time, Gauguin was poor and sick, so the 2 men lived and worked together. Gauguin was influenced by Van Gogh, and Van Gogh was influenced by Gauguin. It probably wasn't easy for 2 adults to live together. They argued a lot. One day, Van Gogh's left ear was cut off. Gauguin said Van Gogh did it himself. Soon after, Gauguin suddenly left the Yellow House. Van Gogh didn't say anything about Gauguin leaving. He probably missed Gauguin very much. But what really happened that evening? We may never know the truth.
Listen carefully.
Living in the Arctic. Polar bears in the Arctic are in serious trouble now. Global warming has raised the temperature in the Arctic. This causes serious trouble and problems for the polar bears. The temperature increases in the Arctic. Polar bears spend most of their time hunting on the ice. The polar ice is melting. The bears have to swim greater distances to other forms of ice. They could drown after swimming such long distances. We have to save them from drowning in the ocean. Some scientists have warned about this problem for years. They say as their habitat melts away, Alaskan polar bears could be gone by 2050. We don't have time to waste. We need to act immediately. So, what can we do? We need to make special programs to reduce global warming. We should use fewer harmful products such as hairspray, bleach, and plastics. We should think about the polar bears and our environment.